Hello, we have some news today from the Western Isles of Scotland. On the 3rd of March 1945, a B-17G Flying Fortress bomber was flying from the US to Wales via Iceland. They were transferring crew and equipment and unfortunately did not make it to their destination. They crashed into a hillside in the Western Isles of Scotland, and an investigation by the military at the time came to the conclusion that they had simply crashed due to poor visibility, and they were nonetheless travelling in the right direction, i.e. from west to east. Eyewitness accounts at the time, however, state quite clearly that the plane was in fact travelling from east to west. This would indicate that the pilots were actually very disorientated and possibly had come out of cloud cover in order to gain their bearings, but unfortunately hit a mountain. Archaeologists have been investigating the site recently in order to ascertain the truth, and by examining where the wreckage is in the landscape, where the larger parts and the smaller parts are to indicate directionality, they have come to the conclusion that eyewitness accounts were in fact accurate. The people who were killed in the accident, unfortunately, it seems, were very lost and were desperately trying to find their way in truly desperate conditions. Indeed, the weather in this part of the world meant that the archaeologists on the ground got lost on foot at one point, so it's hardly surprising that an aeroplane could also be disorientated as well. Prior to this research, permission was gained from the Ministry of Defence and also the families of the airmen involved, but it should be said that all of the airmen were in fact repatriated soon after the incident. So there were no bodies involved, but for legal purposes and also, by the sounds of it, for the sake of blessing, they consulted the people involved. The bigger picture of this research is that what they're trying to do is gain a way to examine World War II crash sites, to accurately record them, but also, as well, come to a conclusion as to how these crashes occurred. As we've seen here, possibly due to a lack of time, or maybe actually due to people being unwilling to admit that there was human error involved. The official account, was wrong. And by examining the archaeology of the site, effectively the Second World War remains, archaeologists have come to a conclusion to reveal the reality of what happened. So, that's really what this story is all about. It's relatively modern in terms of its age, but nonetheless extremely vital in terms of understanding what actually happened on some of these sites at a crucial time in our recent history. So, for more on this story, all you need to do is just go to the link below. Thank you very much.